Welcome to This Sports on This is Beirut. Today we're diving into all the latest in Lebanese basketball with someone who knows the game inside out, Jad Mbarak. Jada, welcome to the show. Great to have you with us.
Hala, thanks for having me.
There's a lot happening in basketball, even during the off season. Now, the league is supposed to start on October 18, and many clubs have almost finalized their rosters. Which club do you think is the strongest heading into the season?
I would have loved to say Sagesse, but I think it's going to be a two-level league. You're going to have Sagesse and Riyadh first, which I think for now it's mainly a slight advantage to Riyadh, and we're going to talk about this later. And you have the other 10 teams, they're going to be competing for the last two roster spots. Now, obviously, you have Homendman, they have a good coach, they have good players, well, Ahmad Ibrahim. Good foreigners, because they got also almost the same kind of level of foreigners from last year. So I think Homendman will be in the Final Four. So Anthony have also a good roster. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice with three foreigners on the court at the same time. I think everyone can upset anyone, even the top teams, which is why three foreigners, if you have 12 teams, is good. But yeah, it's exciting. Now you said it's mid-October. I hope so. I hope it's gonna start like this, because every year we set a date and then we postpone it a little bit. Sometimes we do have like circumstances, but this year I think we should start on the 18th. I wish we could have started with a Super Cup, which would have been great. Imagine Riyadh versus Sagesse to start the league, or at least the basketball season. I hope they still might reconsider this, because it's going to be great for the TV, for basketball fans, for the federations, for the teams, for everyone.
And Jad, one of the biggest moves this season so far is Youssef Al Khayyat signing with Sagesse. How do you see this shift Sagesse is making from the technical staff to the players? Also, they appointed Khalil Aoun as team manager.
Well, it's amazing to have Yo-Yo back in the league. He's, in my opinion, a top 2 or top 3 player in Lebanon right now. Especially with Al-Araqji leaving, with Omar and Sergio, Karim Azzeddin leaving to Japan. So, in a way, you have probably 5 or 6 top-level players who left the country. So, you would expect that the league would fall down a little bit in terms of level. But Youssef Khayyat coming back is a great addition to the league, and a great addition to Sagesse. Now, previously, I've said, because I used to have a podcast, and when I interviewed Youssef, I told him I'd be disappointed to see him back in Lebanon, because he's that kind of player who should be playing in at least Europe, especially because he could play in France as a local. But I mean, if it's with Sagesse, I'm okay with it. He would bring so much balance to that Hekme versus Riyadh derby, that I think is going to be great for the league and great for Sagesse also. Now, you said about Khalil Aoun. I've known Khalil Aoun for a long period of time. He knows basketball. And obviously, we cannot hide behind the fact that he's the president's son. So he comes in also with a lot of connections. That's being sponsorships, connections on higher level, political connections also. So I think he would be also a great addition to that team. But in my opinion, what's going to lack for Sagesse is going to be the chemistry. Riyadh have been playing together for 4 or 5 years now. Same coach, same players, just small tweaks. Like, they just got Sergio, but he plays with almost all of them in the national team. I think chemistry is going to be the main concern for me when it comes to Sagesse. If they build the right chemistry, they're going to be winning titles, that's for sure.
And Elisha Maoun is finally back 3 years after his injury. I mean, perfect timing, right? Especially with the market now is tighter and many players are leaving the league.
It is, especially if you know Eli. Eli is a great guy. He's a great guy. Like, I don't know, I literally don't know anyone who doesn't like Elisha Maoun. So I'm pretty sure everyone was very happy to see Eli coming back, especially with the way he was injured. Like, I know he doesn't like to talk about it, but he was injured from like outside circumstances that were outside of his hands, and he couldn't play again. He tried many times, but he couldn't. I'm very happy to see him. Hopefully he comes back to like the level that he was, because after 2 years off, especially, I think he's now 30 years old. So I hope he comes back.
A lot of players, other than Omar, Wael, Sergio, and Ali Mizher, also got offers abroad, but decided to stay in Lebanon or are still tied to their clubs here. But next season, when these players are free agents, do you think we're going to see more and more Lebanese players leaving the league? And what impact could that have on the league?
Look, at the end of the day, we're talking a little bit like before we went on air. At the end of the day, it's all about the money. Let's not lie to each other. Like even for myself, if I'm working here and I get a better salary outside of Lebanon for five times higher salary or something like this, I'm gonna leave. So it all depends on the salaries. Now for Japan, it's a new market for Lebanese players. We've seen also Naim Rabah, Karim Azzeddin leaving. It's a new market for these players. Now, these players also, they're like ambassadors for Lebanese basketball, because if these players fail, most probably Japanese teams, they're not going to be contacting Lebanese agents anymore to actually get free agents from here. If these players succeed, we're going to actually see more players coming out. So it depends on how they do, on how these ambassadors do there. They have a lot on their shoulders. I cannot lie about this, because they're representing Lebanon and they're representing also Lebanese players. Now, if we see more Lebanese players going, it's gonna be a struggle. Now, the good thing is we've seen some really good young players also stepping up, coming into the game, like Rudy Haj Moussa, who I'm very high on, and so many few others also. Now the under 16 is playing. Johnny Sauma is a great prospect. He plays with hoops. You have a lot of decent and good players coming up.
Sagesse still has one spot for a foreign player. Who do you think would be the best fit for the new team? I mean, they did sign Tony Carr recently, and he's one of the tallest, if not the tallest, point guards in the league.
They did. I think I heard somewhere that they're gonna sign Damian Jones, or like a big guy who's like a rim protector or something. They need a big five. They need a big five, that's for sure.
He's an ex-NBA player.
He used to also play with the Golden State Warriors. He won the championship with them. If that's him, I don't know. I don't have any inside info. I'm just like reading the rumors, just like everyone else. I think with the investment that Sagesse did, I think they're around $3 million, $4 million for this year. They need to go all in on the money. They need to get someone very good, and I hope they're not thinking about, okay, we're going to get any three foreigners and then we're going to change all three in the Final Four or before the Final Four. That's not going to be good for chemistry. I hope they get someone who's very good from the start of the season as a center, and then maybe they can change the guards later on, or one of them.
And fans are also excited about the young duo, Jihad and Yo-Yo. Do you think Sagesse has what it takes this time to win the championship 21 years later?
I think trio. So Yo-Yo, Jihad, and Rudy. Rudy is that guy. I know that he's not maybe like a mainstream kind of superstar name, but believe me, so many games Rudy is going to be better than both of those other guys. The most important thing is not just developing them, giving them experience, and then watching them leave. This is why if you watch the NBA, you see 4-year contracts, 5-year contracts, which is great. I wish we can do the same thing. I know it's hard because you have management who are coming for like 1 year, 2 year, investors coming and going, but we need to lock these three players for the foreseeable future.
And Jad, the top teams have already secured players for the Final Four, signed high caliber foreign players, and the format this season is different. What are your thoughts on that?
I love, so basically anyone who's followed me on Facebook knows I'm always high on playing a lot of games. When you have teams like Riyadh, Sagesse, Homenmen paying millions of dollars, you don't want to just play 20 games and that's it, because you're investing a lot of money. Sponsors are putting a lot of money in. At least let's repay them in exposure and stuff like this. It's great for the players, it's great for the fans, it's great for the sponsors, it's great for the teams, it's great for everyone. So let's give more games for these teams. So I love the new format that we have to give credit for the federation. People always say, I always criticize them. They have a great format. If they start on the 18th of October, I'm gonna tip my hat to them.
That's the first time Jad Mbarak is saying something positive about the federation.
Yeah, that's something only happening like here on your show. So, but really, they done a good job when it comes to the format. I wish we could have like removed the list A, but they removed it for the next year, which is great because list A is like 90s kind of rules. But yeah, I think we're on the right track when it comes to the league. Now, you said about the players coming back. The thing is, you need to see those teams in Japan when they finish, because if they go far in their leagues and we still don't know when the Final
They're
Four is going to
supposed
be.
to finish early.
But how do you know when our season is gonna finish? You don't know this because okay, we're gonna start on the 18th of October, but did they say like we don't even have the schedule for the first round? And I know I just gave them like credit, but now comes the criticism. For the past few years, we've never had a good schedule. Sometimes we know the next round like a week earlier, which is very wrong. Let's at least, so it's 12 teams, that's 11 rounds. Let's have at least the first 11 rounds in one go. That's not hard to do. We know when the international breaks are going to be. We know when the holidays are going to be, the bank holidays, all these kind of stuff. So let's at least start being a little bit more professional about this and at least have the schedule coming out. So we can know, at least if we want to talk to these guys playing in Japan, when the Final Four is going to be.
Jad, any chance we'll see you back in the Lebanese league, in Sagesse?
Definitely not in Sagesse. I mean, a lot of people know now that about my issue with Joe. By the way, even with that issue happening, I still wish them the best of luck. I'm still a Sagesse fan at heart, obviously, and I'm going to be cheering for them to win, hopefully. But I think it's very hard nowadays because I have my own thing happening. I don't live here anymore. I've been here for 2 months now, but I don't live here anymore. So I think it's going to be hard to see me back here, especially because I don't see myself with any other team than Sagesse, you know? I mean, we'll see. I've been away from the game for a while now. Now, this is probably the first interview I give in more than a year, so we'll see.
And moving on to the national team, the federation made some changes after the Asia Cup, appointing Ahmed Farran as head coach and introducing a Team B. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, look, about the Team B, something I'm always very cautious when it comes to this federation is I don't like to just hear them talk. I want to see them actually do it. They talked about sending the Team B to the Arab Championship before the Asia Championship, and they never did that. I hope they actually do the Team B because we need them. We need to develop these young players. Now, back to the Team A, Ahmed Farran, great coach. I mean, I think even Sagesse fans were happy to see Ahmed Farran in the national team. It's been a long time coming. He deserves it. I mean, he's a guy who you want to be there, especially with so many Riyadi players going there. But again, when they appointed him, I said the same thing on my Facebook page, that even if we got Phil Jackson as a coach, if we don't prepare well, if we don't get a good foreigner, if we don't start taking this national team seriously, we're not going to win. Ahmed Farran, great coach. We need to give him the tools to actually go to war. We cannot send him to war against tanks with a slingshot. And that's what we've been doing. We went to this Asia Championship, which we were supposed to win, by the way. There was a lot of expectations on this team. With Wael Araji, with a good foreigner, and with good preparation, we could have gone really far in this tournament. Instead, we played 4 or 5 friendly games that weren't up to that level. Half the team didn't join up until 2 or 3 days earlier, and we didn't have Wael Araji, which is, okay, outside of our hands. But we didn't take this Asian Championship seriously, and this is my issue. I hope we learn from our mistakes so that we can give Ahmed Farran and these 12 players the chance to win, because these players deserve the chance to win. This is a golden generation, and we deserve to win a major championship.
Jad, that brings us to the end of this interview. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Hala. It's been great.
And that's it for this episode of This is Sports. Thanks for watching. Make sure to follow This is Beirut on all our social media platforms and check out our website for more episodes.